Hello, my name is Faisal Khan. I hope you're doing well and keeping good. I want to talk today about a subject matter which pertains to reading. A lot of the projects that people do and they are not able to take them forward is predominantly because people have somehow lost their interest and patience in reading through material. Let me give you an example. Today we live in a world which is predominantly, all based on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. So it's very, very fast scrolling and so forth. We very rarely do we sit down on our mobile and read long, long articles. In fact, most of the people I talk to, and I did a very small survey, so to speak, it turns out almost 8 out of 10 people said that they don't read on their mobile phones anymore. They just read short articles, and anything that's long, they just don't read it. So when I have a lot of customers who call me, or potential customers who call me and say, hey, we want to get more information about this, we want to get more information about that, and when we redirect them to some articles or FAQs or documentation manuals or spreadsheets, etc., turns out that somehow people are just not spending the time going through the material. So you'll have a very short attention span. They just want instant answers, instant gratification. Now, unfortunately, neither myself nor my colleagues or even in other companies, people don't have that time. We cannot just get on a call just because a client or a potential client is calling and they want 50 questions answered like this. Those 50 questions have been answered again and again and again, and they're on the FAQ. They don't want to search, they don't want to look through, they don't want to go through the heap, they don't want to find anything. And more importantly, even if we do tell them of some area, which let's say is a 4,000 word long article, or I don't know, a spreadsheet that's 2 pages long or whatever, they just don't go through it. They just don't go through it. I mean, we hand everything on a plate, yet, people somehow have lost that propensity and that, that will to go and read everything. This is a serious cause of concern for many ways and for many reasons. One of the first things, you don't just have to read our material, you have to read regulations in the money transfer space. You have to read, guidelines, you have to read, notices, you have to read best how-to practices, etc. You have to read a little bit about compliance and so forth. You have to read about case studies. And if you don't read these things, progressing forward towards your project, taking its shape, is going to suffer seriously. So my recommendation to all those who want to get into the field, whether it's a neobank that you want to set up, whether it's a cross-border money transfer space, whether it's a crypto exchange, whether it's payment processing for third parties, whatever you want to do, spend time and learn the patience to read. You will automatically just absolutely go really ahead of the competition if you just spend time reading. Reading can be taken as an example of, like a recipe. Now, there are 2 ways of doing a recipe. You can either, 3 ways. You can either not read the recipe and try to figure out the dish and try to make it, which will, I can guarantee you will be a disaster. The second is that you can try to very quickly skim through the recipe and try to make it, which not everyone will be able to do. Only people who've done this business before, only people who've been through these things, who can look at things and understand, will be able to skim through a recipe and copy the recipe and duplicate it. But in most cases, that's about maybe 90% of the time, people who have never done this before, if they were to skim or not look through the recipe, they will not be able to make the dish. So what is required of them is patience and not quickly, but slowly go through the recipe, follow step by step, and then complete the goal. They don't do that. I mean, success is literally guaranteed in many ways if you just read what is provided to you. But if you don't, then, no one is to be blamed but yourself. I just wanted to, use that up as a sounding board, let you know that reading in today's time and culture, where we have short notes, short voice notes on WhatsApp or what have you, scrolling through very quick videos, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, We are actually programming our brain that our attention and retention span should be no more than a couple of minutes at best. In most cases, 30 seconds or 1 minute is what we really want. So I think if you reprogram yourself or go back to the basics of reading through articles, reading through 10 pages, 20 pages, 50 pages a day, and on something that is related to your business, I think it will do you good. If you have a question or a comment on this thing, please put it below. There's a contact form in the description below as well. Till next time, stay safe. Faisal Khan signing out.